My name is Caroline. I'm 32, and I made a colossal mistake. One of those errors that turns your life inside out in an instant. 1 second you're laughing, feeling invincible, and the next you're sitting in an empty house, thumb hovering over your phone, waiting for a message that will never arrive. I never imagined Ryan would actually leave. I figured he'd be hurt, maybe storm off for a night, sulk a little, but pack up and walk away forever? That never crossed my mind. Yet he did exactly that. Now I don't just feel stupid. I feel utterly alone. In a single careless moment, I lost more than a husband. I lost everything. It all began with a throwaway remark. My memory of the exact words is fuzzy. It was one of those offhand things you say to get a reaction, to be funny and feel a little daring. I was at dinner with friends, drinking wine, buoyant and smug. The conversation turned to relationships and improbable scenarios. Silly hypotheticals. Someone asked something like, if you had to choose between your husband and someone else, who would you pick? Without thinking, I flipped my hair, smirked, and delivered what I thought was a cheeky line. Oh please, if I had to choose, I'd pick my coworker over Ryan in a heartbeat. Laughter erupted. I laughed too, even added a wink as if to make it clear I was only playing. I wasn't serious. I wasn't actually saying I'd abandon my marriage. But in that instant I felt the thrill of being desired, and it felt intoxicating. My friends chuckled, nudged me like I'd been naughty. It was fun, harmless, I told myself. Ryan didn't react right away. He sat quietly watching me, not angry, not amused, simply silent. That should have been my first red flag. Ryan isn't the yelling type. When he's hurt, he retreats. That hush was him shutting down. I shrugged it off, kissed his cheek, told him to loosen up. But when we arrived home and stepped inside, he surprised me. Do you really mean that? He asked, voice low and steady. I blinked. What? What you said at dinner. Was that a joke, or do you actually think you'd be better off with someone else? He pressed. I scoffed. Ryan, come on. You know I was joking. Instead of apologizing, I dug in my heels. I crossed my arms and tried to play it off. It was a joke. You're overreacting. He let out a short, humorless laugh. Overreacting, he echoed, running a hand through his hair. I've spent years trying to make you happy, and the one time you seem excited about something, it's about another man. My defense hardened. Oh, for God's sake, Ryan, no, seriously. He cut me off. If you're so sure there's someone better for you, then why are you here? The words landed like a blow. That's when the air shifted. I suddenly realized this wasn't one of our usual blow-ups. One of those fights we'd scream through and then pretend never happened the next morning. This felt final. I could feel him slipping away. Ryan, no, I began, panic rising. I get it, he said, eerily calm. I thought we were a team. I thought this marriage mattered. Apparently I was wrong. I tried to laugh it off, to make light of it, but he wasn't listening. He started upstairs. 20 minutes later I followed and found him in the bedroom, folding clothes into a suitcase. At first I refused to accept it. I leaned against the doorway, arms crossed, shaking my head. You're really leaving over this? Yes. He didn't look at me. It's not just this, he muttered. It's everything. Panic hit like cold water. All at once I saw the pattern. The way I'd taken him for granted, the little dismissals, the way I pushed and assumed he'd never push back. Begged. I said he was overreacting, that I hadn't meant it, that I loved him. He didn't care. He zipped the bag, grabbed his keys, and walked past me without a word. Then he was gone. The following days were torture. I kept convincing myself he only needed space, that this would blow over and he'd come home. Then I saw an email from a real estate agent with a subject line about following up on an apartment inquiry. My stomach fell. He wasn't crashing at a friend's house. He was looking for somewhere else to live. The seriousness hit me like a punch. Called, but it went straight to voicemail. Texted. No reply. I even recorded a voice note, hands trembling. Ryan, please, can we just talk? This is blown out of proportion. I didn't mean what I said. You know you're the only one I want. Please come home. Silence. Not that day, not the next. Then a text finally appeared on my phone. Thanks for confirming what I suspected for a while. You just use people for what they can give you. I guess I was no different. My stomach turned. He wasn't entirely wrong. I rang again and he picked up, but his tone was distant. What do you want, Caroline? He asked. I tried to explain, to mend what I'd broken, but he cut me off. I need time to think. Don't call me until I reach out. That was the end of the conversation. So here I am, staring at my phone, waiting for a message that's not coming, wondering how I let things spiral so far. I thought I had the upper hand. I thought I could say anything and he'd stay. Now I have no husband. And the coworker I joked about. He doesn't want anything to do with me either. So I'm left with nothing. No one to blame but myself.